My guest tonight, Kristina Kuzmic, is a blogger, cook, host, and mother. She's become an internet sensation with her mom-centric videos. She's appeared on the TV show Home and Family, and she's met Oprah. I'm very excited to talk about her. Don't move a muscle.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, AfterBuzz fans? How is everybody tonight? I am doing well because I'm here with this beautiful lady, Kristina Kuzmic.
I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Of course.
I'm very excited to talk to you about a lot of things tonight. But first, tell our fans a little bit about you, where you're from, what's going on with you.
I'm originally from Croatia. I'm headed there in 2 days. Woo, woo.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Jealous.
So excited. You should be. You should come along.
I should.
But I'm a mother of 3, which is exhausting and amazing at the same time.
Well, really, not to cut you off, mother of 5, because you just told me about your 2 dogs.
That's right. I'm a mother of 5. 3 of them are human. The other 2 are named after chocolate. My husband wouldn't let me name the human ones after chocolate, whatever. But yeah, and I create content for parents. So basically, what I say is, through everything I do, whether it's humor or funny videos or serious videos, I want to be for others what I needed when I was at my lowest. So that's sort of the thing that drives everything I do.
I love that. Where did you study and what did you study?
I actually studied theater.
Okay.
At Vanguard University in Southern California.
Okay.
And thought I would do theater in small theaters for the rest of my life. Actually, because I moved to the U.S. from Croatia when I was a teenager, I didn't fit in. I was like a dork. I had a thick accent and all this stuff. And so I went where everybody who doesn't feel like they belong goes, theater. And they helped me lose my accent.
Yep.
And I felt like I just felt like I belonged. All the other weirdos were there. And then just fell in love with theater. Never thought I would be doing stuff where I'm on camera or on stage being myself instead of a character. So that was kind of a twist that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. I want to take a few steps back to when you got your big break, as they call it. In 2011, you were chosen from over 15,000 applicants and crowned the winner of Mark Burnett's reality TV competition show, Oprah's Search for the Next TV Star.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What was that like?
Okay, so this is what you have to understand. 2 years before that happened, less than 2 years before that happened, I'm sleeping on a floor. I can't afford a bed. I'm sharing a small bedroom with my kids. Can't even afford an apartment just for us. I had gotten divorced. I hit like rock bottom, food stamps, depression, all that stuff. So I had a roommate that lived in one room and my kids and I shared the other room. So I'm feeling worthless. My kids deserve better than me. I'm like just a mess. So to go from that to less than 2 years later, winning, Oprah Search for the TV Star, Oprah hugging me, and I'm trying not to pee myself because she's touching me. I'm freaking out. And she's giving me a free car and like a TV. It would have been crazy even if I had this super easy, great life, but going from nothing to that just felt like freaking Cinderella story or something.
But it didn't just end with Oprah. I mean, during this experience, you got to interview Susie Orman, Gayle King. I mean, what was it like going from, like you said, depression, sleeping on the floor, to literally interviewing these celebrities who make millions of dollars?
Yeah, in a way, I think I was so certain I was not going to do well in that competition that I felt like I had nothing to lose. So in a way, I think it helped me that I was able to be myself. I wasn't trying to put on a show. And that's probably why I won the show. In fact, after I won, Oprah sort of grabbed me by the shoulders, which again, she was touching me, and said, just this industry is going to try to change you. And you have to just stay authentic and stay yourself. And those words actually, like I still hear her voice in my head sometimes when I'm offered a gig or something where I feel like, oh, I'm going to have to compromise who I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I think the reason I've gotten to where I've gotten is because I've committed to being authentic. And if you don't like me, that's fine. Like, I don't expect to be everybody's cup of tea. But there's such freedom in just deciding to be yourself and not compare or compete or any of that stuff.
Good. Keep that voice, because clearly it's done wonders for you.
Thank you.
And if we're being really honest, I hear Oprah's voice in my head all the time.
Don't we all?
I know. Everybody does.
Yeah.
You're not special, Kristina. So off of that, after winning this competition show, you had your first reality show. It was titled The Ambush Cook.
Yeah. So that was actually a cooking show that I won.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't off of the...
It was.
Okay.
So the reality show was the competition, and then because I won, I got the cooking show.
Right.
Yeah, Ambush Cook.
What was that like, having your own show? Not only do you win a show, but then you have your own show.
Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest with you. it was frustrating. And it wasn't Oprah's fault. She was off filming, I think, The Butler at the time. And I got stuck with a bunch of TV execs who decided I had to be a perfect mom in a perfect kitchen with perfect food. And that's not what I wanted to do. Because again, I was thinking back on the girl who was sleeping on the floor and struggling and feeling worthless. That girl watching the show and going, well, I'm not perfect. And I don't, and just feeling intimidated by it. And I didn't want to make a show that was intimidating to people who are struggling. So I was trying to be grateful, right? Oh my gosh, I have a TV show. I should be so grateful. And trying to find that balance between be grateful, don't complain, and stand up for yourself. And I ended up not standing up for myself enough. But that's actually what got me to where I am today, making my parenting videos, because after that series, I had meetings with Food Network, and all these different channels, and they all wanted the perfect mom in the perfect kitchen. And I thought, screw it. So I gave up for a few years, and I was like, I'm not going to make videos. I don't want to do TV. I don't want to do anything where I feel like I'm betraying that girl who was sleeping on the floor. And then I forget how many years later, I had my third child, I got remarried, I had my third child, and I just decided to make parenting videos for those parents who are struggling and be completely authentic and not be the perfect person with the perfect house and just be really vulnerable. And that's when I feel like my real success came, is when I could, again, be authentic.
Yeah. I want to talk about that really quick because you brought it up. After having the 6-episode arc of that reality show and then taking kind of your year's break, you get on YouTube and you start these parenting videos. And they're funny. They're really funny, you guys. If you haven't watched them, go check them out. But they also make you think, which is what I like about them. Now, why did you decide to start doing these videos?
So the first one I ever made, again, some of my friends had encouraged me, like, share your story, you're funny, or do videos, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, eh. And then one night, I'm breastfeeding my third child. I know he's going to be my last baby, and I've already started weaning him. This is one of the last times I'm going to feed my baby. Everybody else is asleep. It's one of those late nights that every mom can relate to. And my shirt is up, and I'm feeding him. And I look down and I see my stretch marks, and I'm like, oh, my stomach is disgusting. And then all of a sudden it hit me. There is legit milk pouring out of my nipples, keeping my child nourished. Like, I have magical nipples, and I'm worried about a few stretch marks. Like, I'm missing out on this amazing moment. I thought, I know I'm not the only one who has missed out on the most beautiful, amazing moments in life because we allow our insecurities to distract us. And so the very next day, I turned on the camera and I made my very first parenting video called 4 Reasons Stretch Marks Are Sexy.
Yes.
And got a great response. And I thought, I'll make another one and make another one. And then the 4th video I made was actually about breastfeeding. Sort of the sarcastic take on breastfeeding and trying to empower moms to feed your kid wherever your kid needs to be fed. And woke up a few days, maybe not even a few days, maybe it was the next day after posting it, my phone blowing up because Ashton Kutcher, of all people, had shared the video. He had just had his first baby with his wife, Mila, and shared the video. And it was crazy. And then that one went viral and kind of took off from there.
That's amazing.
It was insane.
Who do you make these videos for? Now, I know it's easy to say parents, but I want you to go a little deeper. Like, who do you make these videos for? When you're making this video, who are you envisioning this helping?
Again, it might sound super cheesy, but like I said, I think about the girl, me, who was sleeping on the floor and literally, I mean, I didn't even share this until like recently publicly, but I had a list going of pros and cons of how my suicide would affect my children. I never tried to take my life, but that's how low I had sunk. And now that I do what I do and I have, millions of people watching and following, I get a ton of emails from moms and dads and non-parents actually, who are like, I am in that place. My life has no meaning. I have no worth. And I'm like, oh, I just want to grab you by the shoulders and like give you so much love and so much strength and just teach you everything I've learned through my struggles. Yeah. So even the funny videos, the point is I want you to not feel alone because I think that's basic. I think our basic need as humans is I don't want to feel alone and I want to know I'm normal. I want to know that every crazy thought and every frustration and impatience, all of that stuff all the insecurities, that I'm normal. So that's what I try to give people.
What has the feedback been like?
It's been incredible. I sometimes feel like I get more than I give because I've actually, mentioned publicly recently that I'm going through a big parenting challenge right now with one of my children. And when I share that, the amount of love and encouragement I get from complete strangers, it's like, I don't know who's getting more out of this, you or me, but I love this relationship we have. I have the best followers. They're just amazing.
I have to ask you, what's the easiest video you've ever made?
Okay, so there's a video called PSA, Penis Survival Announcement. My friend, who's also my producer, she was pregnant and like gonna have the baby any second. And she had 2 girls and was pregnant with a boy. And I'm like, we should make a video where I teach you what it's like to raise a son. And it's all about the penis. It is literally all about the penis. And so she was like, okay, come over. I came over to her house. We had nothing scripted. We filmed it quickly. It went crazy viral. It's one of my, I think, most seen videos, like millions of views. And we had no plan. We shot it real fast and people just really related.
It's usually how that works.
Yeah. And then she popped out the baby like 6 days later. So I was like, good timing.
Yeah.
Glad we didn't wait on that one.
Excellent timing. So on the flip side of that, what was your hardest video?
Well, when I first started making videos, I am technically challenged, to say the least. So when I first started making videos, I was doing everything on my own. I didn't have a crew. The breastfeeding video that went viral, I had to reshoot 4 times. First time, it was just black. Like just, there was no, maybe I didn't take off the cap. The second time, there was no sound. The third time, it was red. Like, I looked like I was bleeding. And I'm like texting my friends and Googling. And this is, by the way, I have 3 children. So this is happening at 2 a.m. I'm like, why is footage red? And I just didn't know what I was doing. So I'm so thankful that I'm at a point where somebody else takes care of all the technical stuff because my strengths lie elsewhere.
Same.
Yeah, okay, you get it.
Yes, I do. So going from that, you now have 900 million views across media outlets and websites worldwide. You also have 2 million Facebook followers, and you have 130,000 subscribers on YouTube. Are you ever worried that you're going to say something wrong?
I don't worry about saying something wrong. I'm more worried about, am I going to word it in a way where that person who is struggling will get it? I don't want to hurt anybody. I never want to add hurt to the world. It's kind of what I teach my kids. Like, there's so much hurt in the world already. Don't add any hurt. So there's been times where I've said something and realized, you know what? This could hurt a person who is whatever, whatever the circumstance is. I should word it differently, or they might misunderstand this. So I don't worry about doing things wrong because I know what my intention is. And I'm, I don't make controversial content.
Yeah, right.
I just don't want to add any pain to the world, if that makes sense.
I love that. No, that definitely makes sense, and I love that. Speaking of bringing hurt in the world, you are a YouTube personality. You put yourself out there, so I'm sure you get some backlash. I'm sure you get some negative comments. How do you handle the negative comments? So
this is the way I've described it. Actually, I'm on a tour right now. Come in a city near you. Check out KristinaKuzmicLive.com. And so this is the way I actually explain it on tour, is that it's kind of like carrying suitcases, okay? We all have our suitcases. We got our insecurity suitcase. We got our to-do list suitcase. We got our worry suitcase. We have our childhood trauma suitcase. We have our family. We're all literally walking around carrying suitcases.
We've got baggage, girl.
Yes, exactly. And then somebody else, a complete stranger, whether it's online or in real life, maybe it's your mother-in-law. Maybe it's not a complete stranger. By the way, not my mother-in-law. She's great. They come over because they're unhappy with their life and their choices, and they're handing you their suitcase with a negative comment because they believe that pain is like dodgeball. I'm going to take this ball of pain I feel about myself, I'm going to throw it at you in that comment or that remark or whatever, and then it's out of my hands. Except that's not how it works, right? You're just going to get more pain back. And so I literally took that, because I used to carry everybody's luggage like a bellhop. Like, you handed me a suitcase, I'd carry it. I wouldn't even question whether what you said was true. I'd stay up at night worrying about it, basically stressing myself over something a suitcase that didn't even belong to me. So I literally started, and now I don't have to do it because I've put in practice enough. When somebody wrote something negative when I first started, or somebody said something, I would go, does that suitcase belong to me? Like, is there truth in this that I can learn from? Or is this just somebody else's misery they're throwing on me? And if it's not my suitcase, I'm not picking it up. Take it. Bye. So I know it might sound silly, but literally that visual has saved me.
Not at all. Words to live by. I love that. It's not my suitcase. I'm not taking it home.
I'm not being your bellhop. Sorry.
I love that.
You don't tip enough.
What else do you have coming up?
So I'm on the tour.
Okay.
In July, I'm hitting...
What tour is it?
It's called the Hope and Humor Tour.
Okay.
It's me on stage, and basically my whole goal in this show, obviously to make you laugh always, but I want you to leave braver and more confident to face whatever life or parenting throws your way. But I was going to say,
No.
And even though I make mostly content for parents, so many non-parents have come to the show and loved it. So there's something for everyone. I am going, in July, I will be in Joliet, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. Come see me. I'm going to be in Phoenix, and I'm going to be in Tacoma, Washington. And then August, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C., and San Antonio, Texas, and Dallas,
Oh,
Texas.
you're gonna be busy.
I'm excited.
I was gonna say, are you nervous?
No, because I've already
Good.
done like 8.
Okay.
And it's so fun to meet people face to face. By the way, if you're coming to the show, get the meet and greet tickets. I will dance with you. I dance with everybody who comes, and I will hug it out. And also, there's just something amazing about these people that have been following along. And it's one thing to read somebody's comment, but when you see them face to face and you meet them, I love it so much.
The Hope and Humor Tour.
Yay!
Get the meet and greet tickets, you guys. Who wouldn't want to meet this one?
Dun, dun,
I would get it. Kristina, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Where can the fans find you?
So it's everywhere the same, at Kristina Kuzmic, K for Kristina, and then Kuzmic, same for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Got it. And I am Timothy Michael, everybody. You can find me everywhere at I am Timothy Mike. We will see you guys next time. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.